Yo, what's up guys, I'm DGR and welcome back to another video. Today, I was thinking we could watch one of those police tapes, those little interrogation tapes that I've been seeing them around. They've been looking real interesting, so I want to go check it out on my channel. And my camera might cut out like somewhere between it, but that's fine. So today's video is going to be husband kills ex-wife's family. Not just the ex-wife, he kills the ex-wife's family. All of them. Like, he's in an actual crash out. So we're going to figure out what's going on.
This is Jason Carrolls, and he's currently being chased by 12 police cars and 1 police helicopter.
Jesus. How'd they find him?
The reason is that just a few hours ago, he killed all 3 of his children to get back at his wife for divorcing him.
What is going on?
What? Nah, that's crazy,
I think I felt like I was saving them.
However, this car chase would end in a disaster.
Steel bridge coming up. He's swerving.
Oh my gosh. He didn't even swerve. He just went straight for the trees.
It all started on Monday morning of June 13th, 2022. The police department of Round Lake, Illinois received a shocking phone call from 30-year-old Debbie Carrolls, who had just discovered her kids unresponsive.
911, what's the address of the emergency?
On Camden Lane, my husband, my kids.
Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
I came home to take the kids, and they're all on the bed, and they're...
No.
Okay, all right. How many children?
Hey. I just got back to YouTube. Don't start giving me these ads. You know I'm gonna crash out about YouTube.
3.
Come on now.
Please. They're cold. They're cold.
Did he choke them out?
Please.
Ma'am? Ma'am, how were they killed?
I don't know. Maybe he suffocated them or cooked them. They're laid in the bed. I'm assuming he took them.
Okay, where are you right now?
That's crazy.
Okay, we have officers there. Where are you right now?
I'm upstairs. They come inside. I'm upstairs.
Okay, she's upstairs.
Please, you guys, wake up, please.
No, that's crazy. That's wild.
We gotta get in there for rescue this.
Imagine that. Imagine getting into a fight with your partner, and then you wake up the next day. You come the next day, and all your kids, not 1 or 2, all 3 of your kids are dead now. No, I don't know what I would do. I don't know what. I'm getting hot just thinking about it. I don't know what I would do.
42 location.
Police!
Police department!
Police!
Yeah.
Coming up!
I got blood here.
Yo, he broke down the door?
Is there anybody else in the house, ma'am? Is there anybody else in the house? I don't know.
What is going on? Okay.
You can tell they young too.
Do you have any weapons? No, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna have you step out here with me, okay? Come out here. Okay, come out here.
When officers made it to this horrifying scene, they quickly escorted the traumatized mother out of the room, and inside, they found her 3 kids, Bryant, Cassidy, and Gideon, all lying in the same bed, completely unresponsive.
Those are some pretty unique names.
As of now, all the information officers have comes from Debbie's 911 call, where she claimed her husband committed the act. However, he is nowhere to be found, so they decide to ask her.
You haven't spoken to him at all today? No. Okay.
That's a lot of fuck.
Where am I coming from? Yeah.
Debbie would go on to explain that she drove to this house to pick up the kids from Jason Carrolls, her 36-year-old ex-husband with whom she'd been going through a divorce.
Yo, that's who did it? That's who did it. But one, ma'am, you can do way better if we being honest. You can do way better than that. What is that?
Ex-husband with whom she'd been going through.
What is that?
2 days prior to this crime, Debbie said she had given Jason their 3 kids to spend time with him. Not realizing this would be the last.
That just gave me hope. I can get anybody I want.
It's time to pick them back
If
up.
he can get her,
Jason
come on
won't
now.
answer the calls,
Come on now.
making Debbie grow nervous. That's when she decided to check up on her children herself, only to discover the scene Jason left behind. These facts alone are enough to make Jason the prime suspect. Police officers decide to check on the whole house and confirm that the suspect is on the loose and not hiding somewhere at the crime scene.
I want to make sure no one is hiding in the house.
Imagine that he's still in the house. He's just hiding.
If you guys want to be, I'm going to check the rest of these rooms. Police department! I got a knife in the bathroom.
You got a knife there?
I got a knife in the bathroom. Okay.
Does it? Did he just choke him out, or did they see any like stabs?
Yeah, I'll come from over here.
Yo, why is this audio so loud?
No, I don't see
I'm
anything
not gonna
here.
lie.
So I feel pretty confident up here. I'm guessing we shouldn't have anybody but a rescue come up, right?
I can turn it all the way down. Like it's actually hurting my
Seems like
ears.
Jason is not in the house. The only thing this female officer finds is this knife near the bloodied sink, along with a bloody razor blade. These could be possible murder weapons that Jason used in this disturbing.
But I think she would have seen it,
When
right?
medical examiners arrived at the scene and had their first look of the victims, they would quickly dismiss this theory entirely.
Yeah, I'm about to say, cause she said she don't know how he killed him. If you see knives, like you would have known.
I don't want to make you guys touch or anything with the body.
It's probably his blood. He tried to kill himself.
I mean, it's nothing that would ever be worth for substituting at this point because they're just. What I'm wondering is if this is Dad.
I'm not sure whose that is, but I don't believe it's one of their.
The victims had large, strange markings on their necks. The lips, skin, and even nails on all three of them were completely blue. It was clear the victims had been choked, but there were no signs of stab wounds or similar on their bodies. This made the officers question where exactly all the blood had come from, and everywhere the officers
He tried to kill himself.
there were pools of it, especially in the master bedroom where the victims were found. This is where one of the officers would find a trail of blood droplets leading downstairs into the kitchen where she would find their biggest clue yet.
A note?
A letter to Debbie. Despite the difficult handwriting, there are several clues in the narrative proving that Jason Carrolls wrote this note and
He got my
left it in
handwriting.
plain sight for Debbie to find. According to Jason, their marriage lasted for 7 years before they filed for divorce and fought in court over the full custody of their children. Halfway through the note, it seems that Jason lost the court, and this is also confirmed by the disturbing sentence written in the middle of the note. If I can't have them, neither can you. Finally, Jason ends.
They always say that, dude.
End everything
For
on
what?
his terms. Yet it wasn't the most horrifying thing the officer would discover in the same room. She'd find another writing, now on the board. I'm sorry. I loved them too much to leave them behind. You promised. You swore. You lied. This is not just evidence. This is a confession that whatever happened to their kids, he knows the absolute truth. But if he did what he promised to do, then police officers would have more trouble finding his body than his confession. But luck was on the officer's side this time. Something was missing in that house, specifically in the garage. Jason's red 2010 Nissan Maxima.
Hey, it actually look nice. I'm not gonna lie.
Help them find Jason. Moments later,
Way better than my car.
Round Lake Beach police would
But hey, I got a car.
across the Chicago area to look for that exact car. The clock was ticking, but it wouldn't be long before an Illinois state officer discovered a car that fit the description perfectly and attempted a traffic stop. They weren't sure if this was their guy until the driver stepped on the gas and sped away quickly. This would result in a major police chase that would draft helicopters and a
How fast is that car? It looks fast.
Disaster. But before we get to that, we gotta talk about the sponsor of today.
Hey, your sponsor.
Yep,
Yep, I'm just like,
that
okay.
away from the officer that tried to stop him. That
I'm about to say, who's that bald black dude?
all available units to help catch him, including a police helicopter equipped with thermal vision. The adrenaline-pumping chase continued like this for 17 minutes, with police driving as fast as possible, but Jason somehow going quicker, even managing to slip out of the helicopter's vision for a brief time.
You got visual?
It's not because he's going fast, because that's the helicopter fault.
Westbound past Richard. Westbound past Richard.
It was just trees.
Outside shoulder now, outside shoulder.
Go right on him now. He's caught up with traffic.
541 on him.
I got him too,
Yep, moving over.
Come up on bridge, come up on bridge. Outside shoulder.
If Jason had more fuel than the helicopter, there might have been a slight chance he could have gotten away. But suddenly, this happens.
Westbound past Chicago.
Steel bridge coming up.
Steel bridge coming up.
Is this one the... Hold on.
Vehicles
Yo!
off the roadway. Vehicles off the roadway here at,
He came all the way
So,
down, sorry.
there was no reason for him to crash.
Water Street.
He just crashed just to do it.
Water Street, Duncan.
He tried to kill himself, probably. Yeah, it's all up in them trees.
I can't see. Can you see?
Oh, he's responsive. Oh my gosh. He is fucked up. That,
Working with Adobe Acrobat AI Assistant, I'm creating a business of acting.
I'm giving him one more chance. I'm giving him one more chance. One more. Y'all got one.
Yo, I'm not gonna shoot you.
Put your hands out the car. Put your other hand out the car.
You got any weapons in the car? No, sir, I don't. No knives, no nothing. My plan was to... What? Leg right now, laceration.
They don't give a fuck about your plan, buddy.
My plan was to drive. Hey, man, can you feel your feet?
Yeah, they don't care.
Don't move your legs. You're your toes right now.
Hey, buddy, how are you gonna run into a wall in the middle of the highway? There are no walls. It's trees and road. You had a terrible plan. But you did, though. You actually, you did more than hurt somebody. You killed 3 of your kids.
That's good, man. It's good news you didn't hurt anyone. I mean, besides yourself.
Further inspection of Jason's state proves that Jason is unharmed, but clearly struggles to stay semi-conscious. But even then, he has enough strength to admit what he did back at the house.
You think? I knew it! I knew it! I'm smart! I knew it, dude. He tried to kill himself. He would... After the first, cause I know how love gets you, especially when you lose that person that you love for a couple of years. I know how that feels, and he was just like, "No, I just want to end it." He tried to end it, it didn't work out. He said he woke up and all of a sudden, kids, they were dead. He blacked out. That doesn't make sense to me, but I guess.
You remember what happened? I mean, I know what I did, but I didn't feel like it was my duty. Alright, man, well, we're gonna get you the help you need, okay?
I guess, man. Get him out of there. That doesn't make sense.
I mean, it's all kind of new to me. I mean, I'm not gathering enough from based on what you said.
So hey, we gotta get him out, but I want to keep control of his hands. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Figure this out with the fire department.
For For the next 10 minutes, a team of rescuers would be working hard to cut off the roof of his vehicle and get him out safely.
Dang.
Although he looks mostly uninjured, the EMS cannot take their
Oh, his
chances
is sideways.
to the nearest hospital. It would be an absolute miracle for Jason not to have any damages, especially after a disastrous crash. He somehow survived, escaping death this day.
Twice.
The person he couldn't escape, no matter what, was Detective Barrera. After being
He
informed
on
of
ya.
Jason's stable condition, he and his partner were dispatched to the hospital. Their only goal was to get as much information out of Jason as possible about what had happened hours earlier, but more importantly, why it happened. To do this, they'd start with talking about his relationship to his former wife and the mother of his children.
So what's going on in your wife, man? I mean, from my understanding, you guys have had some issues, or
well, my side of it is you can go and look back at like text messages, phone calls, like since we met each other. I've always complained about how she makes up things to justify how she treats me. And I put up with it because I have no self-worth. And then and she's always like manipulated me and they put me down and been mean to me. And the only time like I've really been mean to her is when it's like I'm not even being mean. It's more like it's like she says something mean or rude that's not true to hurt me, so I say something mean back because I know if I say something
He's talking like a child.
Clearly, this
A little.
doesn't make much sense.
Yeah,
It seems
like
like Jason might be trying to portray his wife as a manipulative and toxic partner. However, it's hard to tell if this is a
He's just-
genuine feeling
yeah,
or
it was just
simply an attempt to
immature.
gain sympathy from the officer. So Detective Barrera decides to keep digging.
so what all transpired today? I mean, you guys are married still, from my understanding, or
separated.
You guys are separated, but legally still married.
I found out the day before yesterday that she cheated on me.
Ah, there we go. 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 There we go.
I thought she was keeping the kids from me, but the truth is she was seeing somebody instead of like calling me with the kids.
So, and this is gonna be my last time pausing because I really just want to see this whole thing out. What it seems like to me is that they were going through stuff in their relationship. She was being rude to him, cheating on him, you know, stuff like that. I understand the situation, but of course, it should never ever get to this point right here. That should never be a thing. I know how those feelings begin. I know how those feelings begin. And I've never ever felt to do this, especially because I don't have any kids, and I won't have any kids anytime soon. But I know how emotions get when things like that happen. You're not supposed to do this ever. You're in the wrong, buddy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 90 years in jail. I'm sorry, buddy. You gotta go.
Like I was just very adamant about it because, like, when you're with someone for 7 years, like, you know their poker face. You know what I mean? Like, you know when they're lying to you.
I get you.
Like,
right.
and especially someone that lies as much as she does to me and yourself.
Jason is describing his wife as manipulative, mean, and the problem in their relationship.
But he might be lying a little bit.
Given what they know he's done. This conversation is going nowhere, so the officer decides to move on to more important things. What happened to the kids?
If I'm being honest with you, sir, I don't know why I did what I did. But, like, I know what I told myself when I did it. You know what I mean? Like, what was that? And it was like that they were, that, like, they deserved to be with me, and that I felt like she was neglecting them, and I wanted myself, and for some reason I thought it was okay to hurt them too. I don't know why I did that. Like, I thought we would be together, like, you know,
I was thinking that way.
the whole time I was trying to.
So he thought if he killed himself and then killed his children, that they'd all be together in heaven.
Something that you wanted to,
or something like that.
For her to feel your pain.
And that she would be without them, and he would actually have the kids in the end. Buddy, I'm
What exactly?
not gonna lie, you're not going to heaven.
And I think I told myself
You weren't gonna go to heaven. I'm sorry.
And you'll actually hear it in the last last time we talked, I told her, it's like, if I'm not around, you're just going to start taking it out on him, and they don't deserve that. And I think I felt like I was saving him. I don't know why.
Saving them in what sense?
From going through the pain that I did.
It's almost as though he believes what he did was reasonable, at least in the moment he did it. If this is indeed the case, it's likely he is genuinely mentally ill, which means he had limited control over what he did and can do that in a court of law.
Don't try to give him the mental plea. He's not mentally ill. He is completely okay. This dude is all right, especially how he's talking to y'all. He's okay. He was just going through a lot, and it overwhelmed him, and it made him do some stupid stuff. He's okay. He's not mentally insane, so he know what he did, and he should get the full punishment for it. He should get those full 90 years. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Detectives still need to build a case against him.
3 of them.
They decide to dig deeper into what exactly he did to his kids.
Get him out of here.
Kind of walk me through today, kind of what was going on. How were the kids? Were they joyful, playful?
They were awesome.
Yeah? I mean, they wasn't like frustrating.
Like, this was yesterday and the day before.
What was?
I did everything I did. I started doing this morning at 1 in the morning.
So 1 in the morning is when everything happened.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what was going on? Because I know you guys spoke on the phone yesterday, right?
Yeah.
What time did your guys' phone call end?
I want to say about midnight.
About midnight?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys.
Oh, so he had the children, and then she was at her house. She was like, "You're not responding to me. I'm gonna go check on what's going on with my kids." Realized they were dead.
You say you don't drink, right? Okay. No. Hey. No, absolutely. Okay. So then what kind of happened? What kind of triggered you after the phone call ended? Were kids sleeping or were they up?
Everybody was on TV, and then I had to give him a bath.
Yeah.
And
how old are these kids?
I don't know. I just something in my brain snapped because of the things she said to me on the phone.
What was it that she said?
It's weird because she did say some nice things to me in the end, but it's like she said that was nothing, that I deserved nothing, that I was a terrible father, a terrible husband, and like all these things, and it was like, I don't know, something snapped in me, and and I know that makes it seem like I was trying to get back at her, but it was like, it wasn't.
I told y'all one more time, right? I told you one more time.
It was never about getting back at her. It was about as fucked up as it sounds, was doing something for myself.
Okay.
And that's what I told myself.
Yeah.
The detective makes a final note and leaves Jason on a little break before they can continue questioning. There might be something Jason hasn't mentioned yet. Something like a sheet of paper with his handwriting lying on a kitchen table and a short note on the board.
Oh, wait, what did he say on the board? I don't think we ever...
Lying on a kitchen table and a...
I'm sorry I loved them too much to leave them behind. You promised, you swore, and you lied. Damn. He actually feels like heartbroken, hurt. Like he's hurt.
Barrera comes back shortly after and informs Jason that there will be cops watching him for the next 24 hours to make sure he doesn't run away or try to harm himself. Barrera then recites the whole timeline to ensure they're on the right track, with Jason making minor adjustments to the story, and eventually Barrera stops to question Jason about one final crucial detail.
One thing I did want to ask was, so I know one of the officers noticed there was a note left on what was in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Now was that when you left the house?
So something snapped in me. I wrote the letter and then I did it.
You keep saying something snapped in you. Stop saying that. Something snapped in me, dude. You just did it.
I was just looking for some help there.
I think it starts off like I mentioned about how
I was taking him a bath and something snapped.
She wasn't cheating on me, and and I said how it was worth it. It was like it wasn't like I hope it was worth it. I'm getting back at you. I was hoping it worth it. Like you pushed me to do something for myself. Like
Okay. So she swore on the kids' lives that she wasn't cheating on you.
You took that literal?
Then you basically
What?
in your head, you're saying
He took. Oh wait! Oh my gosh! That's the first person to ever take that literal. She said, "On my kid's life, I'm not cheating on you." And then she cheated, and he said, "Well, you said on their life and killed them." What? Why? Yo, what is wrong with this guy? What is wrong with this guy?
Like, you know, like stuff like that.
This statement.
He said, "Never should have put it on their life."
On the board.
He said, "Should have put it on
You
yours."
swore you lied. It seems like his supposed mental illness and urge
No,
to save his
he
children
doesn't have a mental
for
illness.
doing this. These statements make it seem like Jason partly did this to get back at his ex-wife for cheating on him, leaving him, and taking his children. It almost seems like he did all this to make her feel what he felt. However, at this point, Jason needed to rest, and the officers decided they were best off continuing interrogations the next day. Early the following morning, police officers would escort Jason.
All that was happening on my birthday. That's crazy.
Get him to the police station, where he would be placed inside an empty room and left with his thoughts. However, he was unaware that his ex-wife Debbie was sitting in an interrogation area only feet away from him. Debbie is sitting in a room filled with toys, coloring books, and a comfortable sofa.
Why?
In contrast to that of Jason's interrogation room.
Toys to remind her of her children? What? Hey, we're gonna give you a whole bunch of kids' toys since your kids just died. Why? That's stupid.
Getting any information from her is to ensure that she feels as comfortable and safe as possible. Jason, on the other hand, will be put under pressure to confess as much as possible. As of now, Debbie has no confirmation that Jason was the killer. She also doesn't know that he was caught just hours
That Marvel
ago.
poster is hard.
So now,
I need that.
It's time to break the news.
I know we spoke earlier. I'm sorry, I don't, this isn't part of my job I enjoy. But I do have to officially, do this, and I have to notify you that he did your 3 children.
It's crazy.
Did you find him? Yes. Is he dead? No. Where did you find him? The police chased about an hour and 30 minutes away from here. He's in custody, and we're gonna do our best. I'm a detective.
Damn, he's right next door.
We're gonna do this right.
Everything Jason said up to this point was nothing but his own version of events. And Debbie, well, she never got the chance to talk about what she saw that day and what it made her feel. As a victim, her voice matters the most. And that voice would be the final nail in Jason's coffin.
I woke up, I ate, I didn't contact them until I was on the way to get them because they had the doctor's appointment today. I went to Walmart to get diapers. I went to Walmart to get some sand for their playback.
Some what?
To get a bathing suit for my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went there and I opened the garage door and didn't notice anything. I didn't really think about it. I walked in and I looked to the right and I saw the door broken off the hinges. And then I saw drops of blood. And then I turned around and looked in the garage and I saw that his car was gone. I started calling him because I thought maybe he took the kids or went somewhere. And then I heard his phone upstairs. So I started walking up the stairs and I just saw more blood and then just started saying to myself, no God, please no, please no. And I go to the room and I saw all 3 of them there on the bed. And they were waking up. They were so cold.
While Debbie was spilling her heart out, little did she know, Jason was sitting in the room next to her, staring down into the emptiness. Her ex-husband, the father of their kids, and a vicious murderer. It's hard to understand
I'm sorry.
what he thinks
No.
at that moment. The memories he had with his children, or the regret he feels for making them leave this world too early. After 10 minutes of complete silence, Detective Barrera returns to the interrogation room for his second and last conversation with Jason, with no idea that he was about to discover a major piece of this story that could have prevented this entire massacre from ever happening.
What? Okay, hold on. Yeah, lock in.
That's why I felt like I should be watching and seeing them a lot more.
Okay, all right. How long have you been unemployed?
Since December.
Since December? Okay. What'd you do before?
I worked at Bob's Crab House.
Bob's
as a waiter.
Okay.
I can see that.
Contact with your coworkers there? No? Okay. So, ever talk to any of them?
I did reach out to one of them after I found out that he was cheating because she had claimed that she met him at a bar and that one of her coworkers gave him her number. So I just messaged whoever. I was like, hey, can I ask you a question? And he was like, oh, sorry, I didn't get that. I was like, oh, never mind. Like, I figured it out. And then I kind of broke down later, and I was like, I just found out. And I told him,
that's
like,
crazy. Oh my God.
Everything, because he was the one person that I felt like I could trust.
Have you talked to him since?
No, I had this.
How long ago have you had contact with him?
That was like 2 days ago, or that was like
Saturday
or Sunday.
And so Saturday, the kids get dropped off. Around what time did they get dropped off?
I want to say 1. It was afternoon.
Oh, so like right after he found out she cheated? Like that's when all this stuff, he started spiraling.
Well, because the kids were out there playing on the swings and stuff, so like I started asking her, and like I was very like calm, and I was just asking questions about like who she was seeing and like how she met him and stuff, and then and she would say like she didn't want to talk about it anymore, and I would say stuff like, what do you have to lose, like whether you cheated on me or not, it doesn't change anything with the custody battle, because it was like I know the law was like it wasn't a bad
exchange.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't good. It was just I had handled it great until I had got mad and texted her later, and like I don't remember what I said in the text.
Okay.
Because I was just so mad that she was like that she's still lying to me.
Mm-hmm.
And that
So then you send her a message, and you
And I was just getting upset too because she kept saying stuff like, you should be spending time with the kids, and I'm like, I'm messaging you because they're sleeping. Like I'm messaging you because like I can play with them and text you at the same time. But,
With all of these events combined, there would be one last phone call that pushed Jason to his limit.
Why they blurring out his
Phone
knees?
call could have prevented this
Freaky
murder,
ass.
but for Jason's hatred.
And you mentioned it was the phone call that kind of set things off, maybe.
That's the thing, like, I mean, there was a phone call, and then about a half hour, 45 minutes later is when I started everything, but, like, even the phone call, it's like, it ended well, like, it had a great ending, even the phone call, like, she was willing, sounded like she was willing to work with me and stuff, but I think I just didn't believe it, like, and I just didn't want, I know it sounds up and messed up, but I just didn't want this to end. Like I wanted to be with them forever. And I felt like this was the only way.
It sounds like Jason actually was close to resolving a lot of his frustration with Debbie. But something after this call and before the attack must have triggered him to go through with this insane and horrifying plan.
Like I don't mean, like I don't want to hurt her, but I'll say something
Damn.
to hurt her because she hurt me, and like, but I wasn't doing it to hurt her. Like that was not my intent. Because like if that's what I wanted, I would have. If I really wanted to hurt her, I would have stayed home. I would have waited for her to see the kid like that, and I would have hurt her too. Okay. You know what I mean? Like I would have.
I believe you, Jason. Yeah, I don't think by any means am I.
He said, "You just yapping, dude."
I mean, Again,
I don't want to hurt anybody.
okay. Now, let me ask you this. Now, you knew at some point she would come and find you guys.
Right. Yeah, you know. You knew. You knew. You left the letter open and everything. You knew.
What Detective Barrera just said catches Jason by surprise, because his actions contradict his statements heavily. How could Jason claim that he didn't plan to hurt her when all his actions would ultimately lead to Debbie finding all three of them unresponsive?
It wasn't until about like noon, 12:30, like so 12 hours later almost, that's when I realized like she's gonna be here soon. Like I can't, like I don't want to hurt her. I don't want to, I can't be here when she's here because I'm just gonna end up hurting her to give myself more time to be with them.
Yeah.
And so like my whole thought process was, is the only way to get more time to do it is that I'll go drive into something, but then there was just too many cars on the road. I didn't want to hurt anybody. So I drove to the city. Which I don't know my way around. I don't know anything about the city. I've only ever been to Chicago for sports.
So you drove to a place with more people?
His response to Barrera's question completely falls apart when it's clear his actions left Debbie to discover the gruesome scene, traumatizing her forever. All of this made it clear, not just to detectives, but later a jury, that he was mentally ill and was not fully in control.
No, he what? He's not mentally ill.
With 3 counts of first-degree murder, and in February of 2024, pleaded guilty but mentally ill. This means he will.
No, there's no way. There's nothing in this case that says that he was mentally ill. He literally was going through a divorce with his wife for 7 years, and he got cheated on. There's nothing mentally ill about that. He's completely okay. He's just going through stuff. What? So there's no. Oh my God, they do this to. Oh my God, bro, they do this to the white people, bro. Because there's no way. He didn't even show that he was mentally. He was having nice conversations. The story was okay. Like, we know everything. Man, all these lies got me coughing. Dude, that's crazy, man.
Life sentence without the possibility of parole, while also receiving mental health treatment.
He doesn't need mental health treatment, but it's
Debbie
alright.
chose to start a GoFundMe page in order to raise money for the funeral and court expenses, gaining over $70,000. As of December 2024, she's decided to maintain her privacy, but we can hope she's doing her best to move forward and recover from this tragedy.
Here's how the average
man. That's crazy, dog. That is a crazy story. I hope that's a message out there to all you people who just like, anytime just you're going through something and you just feel like ending it, or you feel like hurting somebody, it's not the right way to go. It's not the right way to go at all. Find help. Talk to somebody. Even when it seems like that person don't want to talk to you, find somebody else. Or talk to God. Figure out something you can do, because hurting others or doing anything to hurt yourself is never the right way to go. You can end up just like that guy. So thank you guys for coming here and watching another video. Please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube. Make sure you like this video, or at least try to leave a comment if you want to talk about what are some crazy stories you've heard about. And I'll see you guys in the next one.